What comes to y'all's mind when you guys hear the name Silent Hill? Because to me, I think it's garbage. Because a lot of it was choppy and just very. I just really feel like it was not like well done, and it just felt like it was not very performing. Really, I think this game is straight up a 5 out of 10, straight up mid, and the combat was just absolutely choppy because when it came down to dodging, it literally decreases and drains your stamina bar. It really did. I mean, after two dodges, you're probably already like about to absolutely be exhausted from just dodging only the bare minimum. Even after dodging a couple enemies' attacks, you're literally slouching over, and I'm just like, you're literally just seeing yourself get hit, and I'm just like, bro, I mean, especially with the weapons. In the beginning of the game, it was just hard to find weapons. It was absolutely hard to find weapons. Like your like was it metal pipe is literally being destroyed from all the times you've been using it, and you can't find another one for almost the first half of, for the first part of the game. And when it came down to the middle and the last part of the game, it was easy to find weapons, right? But the durability was so bad. After a couple hits, it was just straight up about to break, and I'm just like, bro. And you literally had to find a toolkit, and those are even like whatever to find. But another thing I would like to get into is puzzles, because when it came down to the puzzles in this game, it wasn't that bad. But that's because I was on story difficulty. But when it came down to like, especially when it came down to this specific puzzle, as like the crest, like find three crests. Um, yeah, I had to look up a guide for that, and I just gotta say, if you played this the puzzle difficulty on Lost in the Fog, you're screwed. Like you're gonna be like running in circles. You're gonna be lost, literally, and that's probably the point of that puzzle difficulty. But even when people put it on like normal difficulty for the puzzle, they're still kind of lost, and that's the reason why I'm just these games are just so mid. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna be talking about like another Silent Hill game is for a minute. Like Silent Hill 2 was like over repetitive when it came down to the puzzles. Over repetitive. Every little thing was nothing but puzzles, and I'm just like, bro, like I understand that like the Silent Hill franchise is known for that, but it was just over repetitive constantly. Every single time, every corner I took was just nothing but puzzles. But this game was more of a action based horror game, and I gotta say, for it to earn that title, oh my god, it was bad. I mean, the combat did not live up to the hype, and I know what people are gonna say about these games. I know all the fanboys out there who play these Silent Hill games. Oh, this guy's tweaking. Maybe I am, but there's a lot of people out there who would say the same thing as I'm saying. Like, like honestly, after I literally finished this game, I'm not touching it again. I'm taking it back, dude. And another thing is, even when it came down to, um, even when it came down to a lot of the puzzles, I mean, a lot of people said the same thing. It was just some people had to look up guides and or look up YouTube videos, and I mean, some of them, like I said, weren't that bad. They weren't bad. I figured I figured a lot of them on my own, and I think I only had to look up guides for like three of them. That's it. And but overall, I mean, like I said, it truly depends on the difficulty. But another thing I also would like to get into is the, what do you call it? The enemies a little bit, and not just that, the counterattacks on when it came down to the combat. I mean, overall, it was just the counterattacks were something that you specifically had to follow whenever an enemy straight up has I think a red highlight when it's about to do an attack. But overall, it was all right, and especially in this clip specifically, when it came down to when I encountered this one, I hated that enemy. It's so annoying, and I'm literally just standing there until it attacks fully, And the C, as you could see, like I should have just counterattack it. And the axe was really good, but it should have ran out of durability pretty fast. And especially with the kitchen knife. I mean, honestly, it's a kitchen knife. Who like against a ugly creature where it's gonna break easily, right? But an axe is like a whole different story, right? But I would say is that especially with half the consumables, right? When you have a limited amount of space, right? You would like to get a lot more consumables, right? But there's some consumables in the game that were just not useful, like the was it the Asare to see the little crackers that I think I just picked up a little bit earlier in the clip. I mean, those little crackers were freaking useless. They only gave me a little bit this much health, and that was it. Like I said, there were consumables that were really useful. That actually like refilled your sanity, that actually increased your health by a tremendous amount. But overall, it was really good. And I would just like to say, even with the jump scares, man, those jump scares were freaking good. I mean, I'll give Konami some credit because honestly, this is the bare minimum, like for a horror game, is to literally make the jump scares good. And I'll be honest with you, this enemy in the game was just annoying. I mean, it was very annoying. It just kept chasing around, kept hopping around. Like, bro, this is a freaking frog. What the heck is this? And I think, well, honestly, I think it is. But anyway, like, it was just so annoying. It was just so annoying. But I would literally in this clip, I was like, man, I just had to. But obviously, when it came down to the story, man, I mean, the endings were just weird, dude. Like, dude, like, they literally gave no explanation to the endings, and even when some of the endings, it was just absolutely mid. There was not really, it was just not really good endings. They didn't really make a lot of sense. Even after this one in particular, there came another ending, but it was just like, bro, where's the explanation at? I don't like, what the heck is this? But overall, I would just say this game was mid. But I just gotta say thank y'all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank y'all so much for listening. Have an amazing day.